Once the hill climb season had come to an end and JP had established himself as a fun steed, plans were laid for maintenance and possible upgrades ready for 2026. Some of this was cosmetic, with the paintwork getting a cut and polish. The body is solid, but the paintwork had suffered from 22 years of weathering, so needed a spruce up. Manzurna pastes, Maguire's random orbit polisher and some of the ceramic hybrid polish did a good job of bringing a bit of shine back to the paintwork. Other changes were cosmetic, with the chrome grille being placed with an all black version and the chrome beltline trim being covered too. I'm not a big fan of chrome. When I bought the car, it was fitted with coilover suspension. This was a bit harsh and too low for my taste on the road, so these were replaced with Bilstein B4 shock absorbers and Eibach progressive springs that were only 30mm lower than standard. As the Mini R53 was new to me and the sheer amount of information online was a bit overwhelming, I made use of the expert experience of Tom at Miniworks near Tenbury. The work he does is first class, so I was in good hands. With the guidance of Miniworks, the tired old front bushes were replaced with new Powerflex items to keep things tight and in line. The brakes were updated to R56 Cooper S standard, a common upgrade, and this was followed by the gearbox being changed for the later version that had their optional factory-fitted limited slip differential. This would improve traction, a key factor for getting a good time at Shelsley Walsh. During this change I was advised to have the clutch changed too, and it was a good advice as the original was quite tired after 65,000 miles, the new unit being a lot less strain on the left leg. Some worthwhile maintenance was also undertaken. The timing chain, although not presenting any issues, was changed to make sure it was in good order. At the same time, the camshaft was updated to a Newman PH2 to give it a slight improvement over the standard item. The supercharger was also serviced and a 15% reduction pulley fitted. This would give some useful improvement in performance, but not excessive, so that it would still be perfectly drivable in normal road use. The good thing about the R53 is that there's a good supply of used and aftermarket parts. The stock exhaust on the R53 is peculiar design and is quite quiet for what is a sporty Mini, so with a bit of research I opted for the high quality Miltech system manifold, cat and exhaust. This too is expertly fitted by Tom at Miniworks whilst undertaking the rest of the work. Shortly after, while road testing, the bypass valve failed. This is a known weak point of the R53 supercharging system, and Tom was kind enough to replace mine with one of his own R53 and install an uprated spring to keep me going. The last part was to modify the air intake to draw in cold air, which I did myself. The result of all this work produced a car that was now even more fun to drive, but now sounded like a sporty Mini should. Now that the car was in good order, it was time to make sure the driver was too.